lead.
Hey everybody, it's Ryan McCavish from IGN. We're here at 343 Industries, chatting with Kynan Pearson, the lead multiplayer level designer on Halo 4. He's been kind enough to give us a tour of every single Halo 4 multiplayer map, all 10 of them. And Kynan, which one are we going to take a look at now?
Right now we're taking a look at Longbow. Longbow is a large-scale BTB map. It supports vehicles and it takes place in a frigid remote climate where they use powerful channel-based mass drivers to launch monitoring relays deep into space.
I'm very anxious to see this one because when you scale large scale with vehicles and ice, it reminds me, of course, of Sidewinder from Halo 1. So let's see what it actually looks like.
All right, so getting started, it looks like I've started at B base. So during Dominion, you can see that there's different base structures in the map. So we've got two on the outside edge of the map, one located here, the other on the opposing side, mirrored over here. We have a central base structure right here. And then while these don't play into the Dominion support, you also have bases on the outer sides of the map. As you can see, when we transition, we've got snow-based on this side, and for side differentiation on the other side, you can see that it transitions
to dirt,
to more gravel and more melted. So the base on the other side is located back in this section. So these are little areas that you can reinforce, pick up a sniper rifle, go back in here and kind of stay out and get some long lines of sight in for flag defense. One of the flag points is here, the other is on the opposing side in the mirrored fashion. But again, so we have vehicles in here, we have Banshee, we have the Warthogs and Ghosts. And during some types, you'll also have access to the Wraith. But you can see the vehicle routes are, you've got tire tracks embedded, so you've got a clear understanding of where you're headed, what you can do. There's lifts that you can see that lead you up into this central base structure up here.
Oh yeah, quick way up.
As well as the ramps for on-foot routes so that you have some easy access there. Plus, from each of the outcropping extensions, like these, there's a land bridge that takes you right up into the base here.
So astute viewers who've been following our Halo 4 coverage may have seen our big multiplayer blowout back in September. And if they watched that, they saw this map being played with the Dominion, one of the new game modes. Can you kind of talk us through how Dominion works and as it pertains specifically to this map, to Longbow?
Yeah, so on Longbow, when you're playing Dominion, there's three bases that are active, A, B, and C. And as you take a base, there's a terminal on the inside of the base that you would move to. And right here, the terminal would be located here. You hold X, and that starts the process for taking the base. Once the timer has gone down, the base will be in your team's control. And as the base is in your team's control, there's a timer that counts down to the base reinforcements and for resupply. And what happens is over time, as you hold the base will level up and it'll activate shield barriers in the doorways or activate turrets on the outside, on the upper deck that you can actually you can restore once they've gone down. But once the turrets are active, then they'll be automated defenses, allowing you to hold the base against people that are coming in to try and take it. In addition, for the base leveling up, you'll have things like vehicle spawns that activate. So here's where the Banshee would show up.
Ah, okay.
And then on the outside, you'd get access to Ghosts. So yeah, holding the base longer makes the base level up faster, and it makes it take a little more time to take. If you control all three of the bases simultaneously, it puts the opposing team into last stand. And what last stand is it prevents them from respawning if they die, but it gives them all overshields to kind of give them a little boost towards taking another base.
Interesting.
If you kill everybody in last stand, then you win the mode without having to just basically gain points by holding the bases. So this is one of the other bases, the smaller scale bases. and you can see that there's little routes on the outside. There's also a vehicle route on the backside, which is wide enough to kind of take a race back, but it also gives you an alt route to travel from one of the lower bases to the other. In some modes, we have some of the routes cut off, but you can see here that there's actually this little structure that gives you an interconnect that also cuts through the big kind of cliff area right here.
So there's a lot of ground to cover here. What armor abilities might be beneficial to this map?
Well, vehicles definitely help you cover a lot of ground. Again, we've constructed a lot of different areas to allow for support for all of the armor ability types, but camo comes in handy just because of the size of the map and some of the opportunities you have for kind of hiding out in some of the back areas if you're a sniper and you want to look for getting a drop on people. Jetpack can assist, though we've made some really easy routes to get up and down, and the vehicles also help you cover just as much ground. Here's the route whenever you're taking the bottom to come up from the lift to assault this base as well. Early on in development, whenever we were working on this map, it's pretty much kept the layout as it is, but we did find that these areas were open up here, so people were engaging long range constantly from this position, and this ended up becoming a little more powerful than we wanted it to be.
So hence those walls there?
Hence those walls. We cut off some of the lines of sight, made it a little more awkward to have the engagements between those areas without players committing to one area or another. Yeah.
Any particular custom game types that you enjoy that might work well here?
Yeah, I mean, anything that revolves rockets with infinite ammo, you know, it's always going to be fun. Messing around with increasing play speed, just there's all kinds of things that you can play around with the character customization options, changing gravity settings and all that. So any large scale map is going to leave you ample opportunity to kind of do a little more dramatic movement shifts or adjusting the player package a little more.
And this could be a good map once you attain your specialization. If you were playing with the Wheelman specialization, you could earn some points in here by driving the Warthog around.
Absolutely, that's a great point. This is a great map for driving the Warthog and just being a gunner.
It's music to my ears. Well, that is Longbow. And for more on all 10 Halo 4 multiplayer maps, we've got tours of them all. Keep it locked right here to IGN.